welcome back to Libib's booktube channel. My name is Kaelyn. It is the middle of October already, and that means we're almost to the end of the year. I mean, I want to start planning my yay. I'm so glad we're done with 2020 videos. Finally can start 2021, but before I get there, there's some books that I want to finish between now and the end of the year, which has me kind of frazzled because I have started a bunch of new series that I want to complete. There are a bunch of books that I want to reread, Illuminae to be specific, so it's just but I've been doing a really good job so far with my little fall TBR thing that I got going on, and so I think that I can hopefully keep it up because I am the master of sucking at TBRs. Like, I'll post a TBR and I will read none of the books, and then I'll go into a bookish slump. So we're gonna try to avoid that, and since this has been working out so far, might as well continue with it, right? So before me I have a stack of books that I would like to read by the end of the year. The first book that I'd like to read by the end of the year is the Hunger Games prequel, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I still haven't finished this yet. I got like 30 pages into it and then I've just put it down ever since, and I have essentially forgotten everything that has happened in this book. So hopefully I can pick it up and read it by the end of the year. I am totally into prequels to trilogies like this, and I can't wait to see how Suzanne Collins does it because I always want to know how society got so messed up beforehand. Like the Divergent series. I wish I could have had like a prequel of like what actually went wrong and why we are in this society the way we are. So hopefully I can finish this. Next up is a book that everyone has been recently ranting and raving about, and I have officially read one page of it, so that kind of counts, right? Bunny by Mona Awald, and this is supposedly super culty, weird, and everyone calls each other Bunny. I heard it is absolutely bizarre. And that's all that I really want to know because it is one of Books and Lala's favorite books. A lot of the other people are raving it 5 stars, and I just want to know why it's so good and why it's so spooky, and not only just spooky but captivating in this weird, strange way. The next book I'm not too sure if I want to pick up because when it was released there was a lot of bad negative energy that was surrounding this book, and I didn't realize it was about to be this bad, but supposedly this book is really bad, so we'll see. We'll see if I can even make it past the first chapter or two, but that is The Betrothed by Kiera Cass. I have this really love-hate relationship with Kiera Cass because I love reading her books because I get them done like at a snap at a finger, like they're very quick reads, but they are annoying reads. All of the books I've read by her are like 3 out of 5 stars. They're average books. They're all right. A lot of things annoy me. It's the young king of this land has never been the type to settle down until he meets Hollis. Hollis has grown up at the castle among the other daughters of nobility who have hoped, beyond hope, that they'd catch the king's eye. So when the king declares his love for her, she's shocked but thrilled. But with a visit from the king of another place, she falls in love with him. And so it's this giant love triangle. Ah, yay. But I just want to know what it's all about. Plus, it would make a really good Thanksgiving fall color book. Next up is a poetry book that I want to get to, and that is Water Runs Red by Jenna, which is a booktuber. At least the last time I checked, that's what she was. I haven't seen her stuff in a couple of years, so I apologize if that's not what she does now. But I'm excited to read this because there's lots of pictures and graphic work, and her poetry book has always intrigued me, so I can't wait to dabble in with some more poetry in the October/November months. Next up is a fall themed book that I just really need to read and get it done and over with because several years ago I read the first book in this duology and I absolutely loved and adored it. This goes the same with her other series. I loved and adored the first book, but I have yet to continue on with the series. The book that I'm mentioning is The Last Life of Prince Alistair by Alexandra Bracken. This is a Prosper Writing book number 2, and it's the last book in the duology. And I just remember feeling this overwhelming good feel of like fall vibes, and the ending had like this huge plot twist that had happened, and I just want to get back into this book and finish up the duology so that way I can at least finish off a series, because that is what I am hoping to do. And so I'm excited to hopefully maybe get back into this year. I need to start getting on it now rather than later. Okay, this was gonna be the actual last book of the video of what I wanted to read, but another book caught my eye on my bookshelf over there. So this is the second to last book. It did see some water damage recently, but I forgive my boyfriend for accidentally spilling a glass of water on my books. It's okay. It did damage the cover too bad, so I was pretty psyched about that, and it didn't ruin the pages, so props to him and his water spilling abilities. But Scythe by Neil Shusterman, I have heard nothing but awesome, amazing things. And now that the entire trilogy is out, I think the third book came out last fall, I wanna say, or this spring. I don't know. Time has been a blur this year. So this book is like a dystopic world where is a world, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now Scythes are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. So there's these two people that are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role neither one of them wants. These teens must master the art of taking life, knowing that the consequences of failure could mean losing their own. They learn living in a perfect world only comes with a heavy price. And I have not read a Neil Shusterman book, so I figured I might as well just read this. And I also have the second book in the trilogy on deck, so when I finish this, I can just move on to that. This next stack of books that I'm going to mention, I want to read all these by the end of the year, but I don't think I have enough time. So this will be like December / January, February, March of next year TBR, I guess. But I at least want to read the graphic novel this fall because I think that is a very accomplishable thing to do. I would like to start A Thief Among the Trees by Sabata here. This is the graphic novel that is the prequel to the Ember and the Ashes series. So I have not read this. I have read this, and I remember reading this, and it was my first book purchase in Montana. Like, I went to Hastings, and then I ended up coming out and buying this book, and I read it, and I loved it, and I enjoyed it, and it was so good. And then I had to wait and wait and wait, because at first this was a standalone, and then it ended up getting a 4-book series. And so books 2, cover change, and 3, another cover change, have been released since. And I've been meaning to go back, reread the first book, because I have essentially forgotten what has all happened, but maybe the prequel graphic novel can be a little buffer in the meantime. I'm hoping that by reading the prequel graphic novel will help me remember a few things, and maybe I can just slide on into book number 2. But I have not read book number 2 or book number 3, and book number 4 comes out in December. So there is a lot that I need to do catching up on this series. So read the graphic novel, reread a book, and then read the other 2 books. Anyways, that is going to be it for the books that I want to read by the end of 2020. Are there any books that you would like to read as well? Let me know in the comment section down below. And anyways, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Thursday for a new Thursday bookish video.